You're listening to Rocket Night.
Are you ready? Hey, tonight I'm gonna take you on a little trip. We're going down south by the mighty Mississippi. I'm gonna take you to a place where lights never dim. Bring your mother, your brother, and your best friend. I'm gonna show you where they dance out in the street. They'll tell you all about your body heat. I'm not gonna talk about it, just gonna do it. Get on down if you feel good. Get on down.
Hey there, this is Tampa Earl for Rocket Night magazine and website, and we've got a special treat for you today. A bunch of guys that got together out of Detroit, Michigan. They are called Odd City. You might have heard us talk about them before here, but tonight we got them all, well, almost all, sitting with us to talk about their new effort. Hey guys, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Earl?
Doing well. If you would, just kind of introduce yourselves, go down the line there, and we'll find out who all we got here.
I'm Cap. I'm the bass player, sing a little bit.
Brett, I play drums.
I'm Brian. I do lead vocals.
I'm Pavel. I do rhythm guitar.
Yeah, and the member that we don't have is Mike S., who does some vocals as well as the lead guitar. He had a prior engagement to take care of, so 4/5, I guess, is better than 0/5, I guess. The one thing that I know, guys, is, and this is something that I love about Odd City, is that there's really no defined, this is our lead singer, this is our guitarist, this is, our... You guys will swap things around very easily, surprisingly. Not a lot of bands can do that. Is that something that you guys, looked for when you were putting together Odd City?
I think it was something that we welcomed. I think we've realized that, up on stage, like there's defined roles that the audience sees, but backstage it's very different. Someone can come up with an idea on an instrument they don't play. Someone can come up for a part with someone else, and that kind of collaboration is kind of where it gets interesting.
Now, well, something else that I've found is that this also goes into the songwriting process that you guys have, in that somebody will come up with an idea and then pass it off to somebody else, and they'll kind of add their touch. And through going through the members of the band, you guys kind of come together with some great music.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
That's always kind of been our approach, is collaborative. And, Brett writes a lot of the lyrics, if not most of them. And that, kind of offers a challenge for me and Mike and Brian now singing, to kind of try to take our interpretation and our own, ideas of style into what he wrote. And the same's true with the instruments too. And we all try to be, open to each other's ideas, but it's working so far.
Well, that's a really, saying it works is an understatement, because you guys cover so many different sounds with your music. I was checking out the latest EP, and you got a little bit of a prog sound in there, and I've said to myself, wow, this kind of reminds me of Styx. But then you can also get in there and you can really crunch it down and really go for the throat with some songs. And a lot of bands don't want to do that. They want to pick one direction or the other. They don't try to cover different genres. But you guys got no fear with that.
Yeah, that's
Agreed.
huge for us, because I just feel like it's about the song, and I think these guys feel the same way. And when you're chasing songs, you're not chasing genres, and you're not chasing image. And I know maybe that's helpful for a lot of people, but at the end of the day, if the song's not doing its own job and telling you what it wants to, where it wants to go, and you don't open yourself up to follow it and be nimble, then you're probably not serving the song.
Now, last year you did, well, let's go back just a little bit further. Mike S. came on board during the pandemic, and that really seemed to kind of condense you guys into going for this new EP that you put out last year. Is that safe to say that was one of the things that really helped you was the pandemic? Writing the material and really working on it.
Yeah. So basically, we were a 3-piece, like doing instrumentals at one point. It was Pat, myself, and Pavel. And Mike S was just going to record us in his basement because he's got a nice setup where we now practice. And we basically, after a while, he kept picking up his guitar and playing on our songs. And we're like, come on, man, you're in the band now. Like, you got to do it. Because, I mean, we loved what he was adding. And he was kind of trying to step us up. And then we brought back lyrics and wrote new lyrics. And then Mike S and Cap here started to sing vocals. And we put it together, and it kind of built from there, where we became an official band, if you will, with vocals and everything. And the pandemic actually happened as we were like in the process of putting it all together. So I don't know if it helped or hindered. Hard to say, but it was definitely brewing a little before the pandemic.
Well, you certainly came out with an excellent effort. It's called Fission. And I like the idea behind the album, and the factor that you say it's the separation of oneself from various things in life. And there is that theme through each of the songs. So is this kind of a concept EP, or is this just something that was a natural flowing process?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty natural. I don't think we aimed to have that as a concept for the album. We put the songs together, and that concept sort of appeared.
Yeah, I think when I'm at least writing the lyrics or naming a song, or these guys are doing it as well, it's like you're trying to find the essence of that one song. Like one sentence could you break down the essence of what the idea is? And then once we had a batch of songs, we had to I looked at them as a whole and was like, okay, what in this brings these together? Because it doesn't feel like they're separate items. It does feel like a collection to us, at least. And so I kept finding that theme when I was looking back. So, I mean, you can kind of say sometimes you don't know what you're writing about until it's done and you look back and have that time to reflect. So I think that's where the name Fission came from.
Well, and you kind of called it too in naming out the pandemic, because I mean, it was sort of an age of separation. There was so much separation from what was normal in your jobs, and everybody's life just sort of changed, in lots of ways, some good, but lots of other ways too. And that the themes just kept popping up in the songs we were writing. So yeah, it was natural. I mean, like you said.
Well, the one song that really jumped at me from Fission was the Upside Down. That's a great tune. Tell us a little bit about that and the process to get that going, and we'll get into it here in just a second.
Yeah, I mean, basically it started on the guitar in my house, my basement. We just one day worked out the rhythm of it more or less, and it just grew from there. Basically I'll start something on the guitar, and then Brent will just be like, hey, play that again, and we'll just keep playing it over and over again and build a song essentially from like a jam or a riff.
Yeah, Pavel, it's one of those things that your guitar work there really is a soaring piece that really makes it work.
Yeah, it was just I like to keep things interesting, but not too complex or complicated. Just the way that song moves up and down on the guitar, it's a lot of fun to play too, and just the flow of the song. And then once it all came together with Brett's lyrics, and how Cap sings them, it's just it's my favorite song too. So
yeah, definitely. Let's give our listeners a chance to hear it. This is Odd City, coming out of Detroit, Michigan, from their EP Fission. You're listening to The Upside Down here on Rock at Night.
piece of the future. See what's worth it. What's me? I'm in there now. Hey, cool mistress, keep your distance. You wave your hand and hide the knife. Lady temptress, move your lips first. Say the one caught in my night.
Welcome back to the Rocket Night podcast. Tampa Earl with you with the band Odd City. We're talking to them about their EP, Fission. You just heard Slink there. Guys, the thing is, a lot of artists think they can just stay in the studio and do their thing there. You guys actually get out and do the club thing. You got a date coming up here this weekend, another one coming up in May. What do we got coming in the rest of 2023?
We've got our fingers in trying to get a couple more spots here and there, playing throughout the summer. We're actually working on more music. So hopefully that sees the light of the day too, sooner than later. So that's kind of what we're focused on at the moment.
Well, definitely. I mean, that's exciting to hear. Are you going to go for the full album feel this time, or is it going to be another EP effort?
Hopefully we can squeeze a whole album out of the time. We'll see what the studio entails and who's got the funds and all that. But I mean, I think we almost have an album worth of material kind of ready. That's probably the goal. But we want to do the same thing we did the first time, put out songs we're really proud of. So if that ends up being less because we're just not convinced that they're ready, then so be it.
You definitely don't want to just put something out to put it out. You want to make sure it's good stuff. And I know part of the thing about you guys are this is not your full-time gig. You all got full-time jobs that you've got to do too. How much impact does that have on trying to make music work for you?
A lot.
Yeah.
Constant challenge.
Yeah.
The reality is that we have to use technology to our advantage. We use Discord and we have several groups in there. Sometimes song ideas get put in there or, practice schedules, things like that. We communicate that way. We also use a software called Iconic, which our other band member Mike's involved with. And that's like a cloud service. So we're able to upload practices like immediately and listen back or listen to certain tracks will bounce out. So that really helps a ton.
Yeah, we do about as much work as we possibly can with all still having, full-time life to deal with. But it is the nature of the beast. And, the nice thing is we're sort of free because this isn't our full-time job. It is our passion. And so in that way, it's sort of freeing. It's like, life pays the bills and we get to do the music the way we want to and when we want. And again, if it takes us longer to put out an album, I mean, so be it. We're doing what we want and what we love doing and makes it worth it.
I think that passion really comes through in a lot of the work you guys put out. So, that's one of those things that you're not you're not. I mean, if somebody came along and said, "Hey, here's a record deal," I mean, I'm sure you guys would be on it, but you're not going to to cut yourselves down, you know, and sell yourselves out. You know, you want to make sure that you're doing the right stuff. What feels good for you?
Right. I mean, it's kind of a great day and age that we don't have to, right? I mean, record deals are awesome, but the world has changed so much. And, you know, there's ways for, you know, bands like us that can do it on the side and in our basement, that we can still get our music out there to people and still play some shows. And we love playing live, but I don't think at this point any of us are going to be able to go on tour, right? And leave everything behind. So, you know, that's just kind of the reality that we got to work under.
Well, now, I know I found your music you know, on Spotify. I'm sure it's on all the other streaming services too. What are the other ways that people can keep up with you guys?
YouTube's a great way. You know, we have the common Facebook and Instagram socials, but YouTube is where we got some videos out. But you can hear us on Apple Music, all streaming platforms for sure.
Yeah, we got a little dinky website that we keep up. So, you know, there's definitely ways for people to find us online.
Yeah, oddcity.rocks.
Oddcity.rocks. Definitely check out the band. They are Odd City. Oh, one more question. That Detroit area has a lot of tough bands coming out of it. Is it really? Are you guys all you know, kind of a fraternity, or is there a little bit of competition between you?
That's funny because I don't know if we found our tribe yet here in Detroit.
It's not super competitive. It's just not well connected. It's not as well connected as we'd like it to be, honestly. It's kind of hard. You know, there's just there's not a lot of I mean, there's a few great venues, but they're hard to get into. So
right.
Yeah, I mean, we I go and see a lot of like friends bands and stuff like that, but I always get the sense that they're trying to do what our band doesn't do, which is narrow down a style and put all the bands that are in that style to make it like an easy night for fans to just, you know, but that's not challenging, you know, and that's kind of what we're doing. And if you thought that our EP Fission was diverse, I mean, the next record's going to keep going and bringing in some more styles, and Brian's going to have his chance on that for the first time. So, you know, we're looking for like-minded people to play with where, you know, you can change directions in your set list. You know, you can have different styles, and it creates, you know, hills and valleys to take the audience through. And, you know, some people are going to be challenged by that. And, you know, the next song they may love.
Yeah.
So
that's what music,
kind of the feedback.
That's what music is supposed to do. It is supposed to make you feel, supposed to challenge you. And I'm glad to see that you guys are doing something like that.
Yeah, exactly. We you know, Brett and I just played a little mini set in Chicago, and, you know, there couldn't have been more diversity in the 4 different bands that were there, from, you know, like folk singing to like weird avant-garde bass metal rock to us to, you know, and to really like enjoyable kind of classic rock almost sound. I mean, but, you know, that to me, that was like a great night of music because I didn't know what to expect, and I kept getting something different. And, you know, what more can you ask for?
The band is Odd City. Oddcity.rocks is their website. You can find them by simply punching Odd City into Google, Bing, whatever, and you'll get their YouTube and their Spotify and Apple Music and all that other good stuff. We're going to give you one more track from the Fission EP. This is Split the Empire from Odd City. Guys, want to thank you for joining us, and good luck with the rest of the year and onward into the future.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for your time.
Appreciate it.
Glad to be here, man.
You're listening to Rock at Night.
The introductory song, Get On Down, is from blues artist Billy Bass Alford. Look for his music at ReverbNation.com.